I just realized there's no background music for this part. So y'all are just going to hear me breathe into the microphone. Here we go. Note to self, get background music. Exactly. I realized as I closed the door to the studio, I was like, oh, everyone's hearing that. Okay. I think you can all see me. I'm not streamed to Twitch in a while, so bear with me here if I make any terrible blunders or mistakes. I'm trying my best. Okay, here we go. Yeah, is it working? Can you see me? Type a one in the chat. Type a one in the chat if you can see me. All right. All right, we're doing this thing. All right, let's do the thing. So we're gonna be doing something really exciting today. My name is Dan. I'm a music teacher. If you've never been with me before on any platforms before, typically what I do is I react to things other people have made, music other people made, and I break it down. But what we're gonna do today is something very, very special. All the community, everyone who's ever watched me do reactions and break down other songs, I said, hey guys, what music have you made? Send me your music and I'll react to it. So today I'm going to be doing blind reactions, breakdowns, analysis of some songs from our community, which is so cool. And I'm really stoked. So I have 3 songs we're going to share for you because I don't know why not a lot of people submitted. Maybe it's because I posted at the last minute. That's on me. But anyway, we're going to give this a shot. And we're going to try this format out. Make sure you guys can hear everything okay. And so we're going to start with a mashup between Ace Combat and Chrono Trigger called Ace Trigger. This is from Incompetent Hero. And we're going to go ahead and make sure you guys can hear this. I'm going to press play real quick just to check my audio levels here. All right, you guys can hear that. Make sure this is turned up. All right, guys, let's check this out. This mashup between Chrono Trigger and Ace Combat. Let's check it out. Okay, so really interesting. So many different pieces instantly recognizable from the Ace Combat 7 soundtrack. And I'm not just saying that because I've been playing Ace Combat a whole heck of a lot the past couple of weeks, because wow, is it a fun game. But really, looking at, well, you have those kind of like, drum, drum, those like little jazz drum solo things going on. You have these moments of just tension and holding, sitting in the pocket with that tension, is hanging out in tension. What an interesting mashup from Incompetent Hero. And you can check out Incompetent Hero and their mashup. Hey, Incompetent Hero, type 2 if you want me to post the link in the chat so people can go watch this on their own time. I don't know if you feel comfortable with that, and I don't want to like share without your permission. So Incompetent Hero, if you want me to share this out, go ahead and let me know. Yeah, okay. All right, guys, I'm going to put the mashup we just listened to from Incompetent Hero in the chat. There we go. All right, very cool. Incompetent Hero, great job. Super cool. So that whole idea, that flute sound, you basically thought of that melody and then was mashing things up, and then you also had that repetitive thing. Sounded like it was from Chrono Trigger, if I'm not mistaken. Is that sort of your thoughts, your feelings? Let us know in the chat, Incompetent Hero. We'd love to hear from you, as this is your moment. So go ahead and let us know. All right, everyone, watch the chat for what Incompetent Hero is going to say while I go ahead and get the next community submission set up here. Okay. Well, I'm sure Incompetent Hero has a lot to say, so they're probably taking a second to type it out. I'll tell you what, this next one's a short one, so we're going to go ahead and keep things moving. Because I'm scared of dead air. You know what dead air is? Dead air is when there's silence and there's nothing happening, and you start to see the viewer count go, much like a plane going into the ground when playing Ace Combat 7 your first couple times. Okay, Ace Combat 7, Chrono Trigger is a game that is close to me for 20 plus years. I've always had the OST bouncing around my head. Beautiful. If any of you have played Ace Combat 7, type a 3 in the chat, and type a 4 if you crashed your plane at least 20 times in the first hour that you're playing it. Because I tell you, I was just flying it into the ground. First, so jam out another music every now and then. Things just line up. That's beautiful, Incompetent Hero. So cool. All right, Ghost Trooper, yep. Crashing planes into the ground playing Ace Combat 7. Woo. There's a video out there, I think it may be on YouTube, of my first time I ever played Ace Combat 7. It's just like plane meet ground, plane meet ground, plane meet ground, plane meet ground. My girlfriend was like, I don't know what you're playing, but you keep on cursing every 15 minutes. I was like, it's because I'm flying into the ground. Smokeling, for today we're doing original music only. Original music only. All right, this next one is from Paleo Blue. This is called Dying Star. Now, keep in mind, this is a work in progress. So we're going to be very kind and very generous with our feedback, as we will for all work, because all art is subjective. So you can like the art, you cannot like the art, but no art is good or bad. How do you like that? All right, let's check out Paleo Blue's Dying Star. Here we go. A little risky rain, isn't it? Okay, so a work in progress. So first of all, love the overall vibe, like the intro where it's all sort of like, ooh, you sort of feel like you're in space, right? For the dying star concept. Love it, love it, love it. I love how it builds. I love how you also change the chord progression part of the way through. Now, one thing I want to point out to you, now you don't need to do this. I just want to point out that there is a disconnect here. So basically the chord progression you're using, I like to call this, for you guys who like video games, I like to call this the Rivers in the Desert chord progression, because it's the chord progression of the chorus, essentially, kind of sort of Rivers in the Desert from Persona. Now, here's the point I'm going to make, is that when we actually go in here, you need to change your modes in your arpeggiator. Right here. So right there, you're actually having a little bit of a disagreement. Now, here's the thing. We've heard plenty of OSTs where this disagreement was left in place. So this is not a right or wrong thing. I'm just pointing this out so you can make an educated musical decision. Right here, you have your bass. You're going, well, boom, boom, boom. Your bass is going to C sharp. And so what happens is you need to have, if you want the top part, the arpeggiator, to agree with the bass note, you need to change the notes in the arpeggiator for that one measure to be C sharps instead of C naturals. That'll pretty much do it. Yeah. Because look, essentially what's being implied here, right, is E minor to D, to basically we're implying the subdominant A in first inversion with C sharp to C to B. That's basically the idea. And so what's happening, and this is the disagreement that's happening, is we have E minor, which normally if we play an E natural minor, has a C natural in it. So we're going from E minor to D, and now because we're going to C, if I play an arpeggiation, hear that? I'm playing a C major up here. If I play an A minor, see, it doesn't quite fit. So think about when you have that C sharp in the bass, having an A major chord above it, and that may groove a little bit better for you there. Just one idea for you. Try it both ways, see what you like best. Neither way is right or wrong. But just a little sprinkling of music theory there, and that of course would be and then it comes back up. Right, Rivers in the Desert. That's why I like to call that the Rivers in the Desert move, right there, because you're borrowing the chord essentially. You're borrowing the A major from E major instead of having E minor. So it's a borrow chord. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out that. That was pretty fun and cool to actually point that little thing out and like, look, the choice is yours. Okay. All right, let's check out this next one, which is called Ren's Adventure Main Theme. Again, a work in progress. And this is from King Peggy. Let's check it out. King Peggy's actually playing the piano here. King Peggy, wow, what an adventure. What a ride you took us on. What a story that piece tells. My goodness. Oh, so for any of you who are not either piano players or experienced musicians, there was a couple times in there where King Peggy sort of stopped and started again because they started playing it a little bit wrong or they made a couple mistakes in there. But what we're going to do is we're going to look past that because what we're trying to understand here is not where the mistakes happened or where things could be better. We're trying to understand globally what was the feeling and where we're trying to go. So overall, I mean, incredible. And the fact that you remembered 5.5 minutes of music, like bravo right there in and of itself. That's a huge accomplishment to do. Playing was pretty good too. So what I would love to, I guess, hear is I'd love to hear that put into, I'd love to hear you practice that a little bit and then come back and play the whole thing and really lean into the emotion. Because it's like, to try and give you like feedback on what to do there, it to me it feels like such a solid idea, and there's such a solid direction and feeling and undercurrent to it. There really musically isn't anything I would suggest that you try doing. I really like it. I honestly really enjoyed it. I loved it. Yeah, yeah. I really like it. I'd love to hear you practice it a little bit and then come back and really play through the whole thing and really be able to lean into the emotion of the whole thing and really translate the emotion through the performance of the piano because it's some really interesting harmonies there, really interesting ideas. So if y'all forgive me, I'm gonna go ahead and just talk for a second while we had a couple more people do some submissions, which I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get pulled up here as we go. How are you guys doing in the chat today? Thanks for joining me here on Twitch. Okay. Okay, let's see. I got one from Mike. All right, Mike. And then let's see. Let me check my spams, my help for reviews. Hold on. Okay, and then we also have optical noise. And we have St. James as well. Okay. Let's see. Let's get St. James lined up. All right, and if I don't get to yours today, don't worry. We will do another one of these in the future. Hold on. Okay, let's get optical noise. Okay, that's going to be on SoundCloud. Hold on for optical noise. And then we'll do one more for today, which will be Outer World Cabage. Well, Outer Cabage, you got a 7-minute song there. We may split that into two or do that next time. Okay. And we will do it next time. So, let's see. We're going to start with, in no particular order, we'll start with optical noise. All right. So this is Extended OST Master 2448 by Optical Noise. Let's check this thing out. I don't know where we're going now. All right. So, hey, first of all, the mix and master on this is just peachy keen gorgeous. Love the sound. Second of all, the rhythmic feeling, yo, of like the A section. By the way, this is actually Optical Noise says they're actually a music developer. No, what did they say they're exactly? Uh, they're an audio director for a rhythm game they're working on. Dude, sick. First of all, sick. But guys, just like the rhythmic feeling of it. Okay, and then like the jumps at the end, I get it. Like, it's like to make it a little hard. I love it, love it, love it, love it. We're just listening to Mother 3 and like the jumps in that. But hey, yo, let's check out this A section again. Oh my gosh, that's delicious. That is delicious. Yo, that is so yummy. So, guys, why am I freaking out about this? Why am I calling this so yummy? One of the reasons why I'm calling this yummy, and one of the reasons why I'm finding this to be so delicious, is quite simply because the way the different instruments are displaced from each other in such a tasteful way as to give you a rhythmic feeling. So, if you think about it, like anytime we play music, like musicians play music, especially for like swing or shuffle fields, there's always gonna be a little bit of a difference between how everyone's interpreting the rhythm and the difference of interpretation. And the actual discrepancy between the different rhythms is what makes the thing sound like the thing. So what we're hearing here is that there's discrepancies, like significant discrepancies of where different instruments, different sounds are happening that are not typical in terms of, let's say, pop music that you'd hear on the radio. You don't hear these types of discrepancies quite so much. But the way it's done is so darn tasteful. So tasteful. It's like the yummiest thing. And so what it is everything's like late compared to the kick drum. Everything's pulling back. And that feeling of everything pulling back from where the kick is what creates that just absolutely delicious, delicious feeling. So, hey, best of luck with your game, Optical Noise. Let us know all about it when it comes out. But great luck. I mean, this is the tutorial music. I'd be super stoked to hear what the actual like game sounds like, because this is, I mean, awesome. Like really cool. Congrats. Congrats and like success to you. I wish you success. Love it. Okay. Uh the game comes out. It's like Dan Spencer said, quote, love it. All right. Let's check into. All right, so Mike, are you here on stream? Mike, if you're here, oh, it's actually a free demo right now. Oh, how convenient. Go ahead and put a link in the chat so people can check it out. Go on. Do it. Plug it. If we're going to plug it, let's go all the way. Put the link in the chat so people can download it. Yeah. Yeah. But come on. This is your moment. Plug it. Plug it. What's the name of the game? What's the name of the game? People here like games. Okay. Oh, it's stopping the. All right, tell us the name. Tell us the name, and we'll find it. Yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. We'll figure that stuff out. Now, Mike, is Mike on the stream? Because Mike, we want to hear about what your thing is before we do it. All right, so everyone go check out Orbit or Beat Extended Edition on Steam. Everyone go check out Orbit or Beat Extended Edition on Steam, and let's show some support. Very cool. All right, Mike, is Mike here? Mike, I need to hear from you so we can know what we're about to listen to here, because there's I don't see. All right, well, it's the original track inspired by Kirby and Castlevania. So we're gonna go ahead and check this out, guys. So this is an original track by Mike. And again, this is inspired by Kirby and Castlevania. That was a lot of fun. Hey, I want to go back and look at the cool part here. Oh, I mean, really interesting navigation of those chord changes there. Love it. Love it. Yeah, it's like the Castlevania thing. It's like we hear that. Yeah. Like that little like moment of harmonic minor sounding thing right there. Oh, love it. Also the chord changes too throughout. Hey, that was super cool. Love it, Mike. Also, pretty solid mix and master there as well. The whole thing sounds pretty good. Love it. Love it. All right, we're going to do one more, and we're going to call it a day. Don't worry, if we did not get to you today, you'll be able to submit for the next time. I don't want to make any enemies today or any day. I just want to make sure you know that I genuinely have I'm about to go on a bike trip, so I got to go pack, and I got some projects I got to finish up. But I want to hop on here and do a quick stream with you all. So we're going to do one more for today. This is called Exiting the Atmosphere, and this is by St. James 221. In the comments, it says, I should get a drum kit. So I don't know what that means, but I guess we're about to find out. All right, St. James, let's do this thing. Ooh. There's still 3 more seconds. I just want to make sure we got out of it. Okay. All right, I have a couple thoughts for you. Number one, I love the use of silence and the use of space. It's like so effective. You know, not every song needs to be a pedal to the metal rock thing. You know, like art like this is delicious. Delicious. One thing I want to point out, we had a disagreement about the sixths in one of the first songs we listened to, and we actually have a similar thing here where you establish a Dorian sound. You establish a raised sixth sound, but then also you have a lowered sixth sound. So you basically have a flat six and then a regular six in this piece. And what's happening is your sixths are colliding because they are 1/2 step apart. Now, you don't need to change this, but I just want to make sure you understand what's going on here. So if you want to, you can change it, make an informed artistic decision. Yeah. Right. So right there, we got ba-dum-bum in the guitar, but the bass is playing the flat six. And that happens a couple times. That's just one spot where it happens. We're in C sharp minor because of course we are. And so what's happening, you're having that natural six, flat 7-1, then also you're having the flat six, flat 7-1. So I'm not telling you need to change it, far from it. I'm telling you, be aware and understand that those two notes are a 1/2 step apart. They may be clashing a little bit. Try both ways. St. James says, I see. Yeah. So like a little bit of music theory. And for all you guys who are not already writing professionally and like these types of things, once you learn a little bit of music theory, if you invest into it, you know, you'll be able to make more decisions. It's not that there's a right way and a wrong way of making music, and it's not that there's a right or a wrong way of making art, but there is such a thing as making a decision with both eyes open versus taking a stab at something in the dark. And when you learn music theory, you have both eyes open and you're making informed decisions where you're creating things and creating feelings and creating grooves with artistic intention. That's really what I'm advocating for. That you make, you know, artistic choices, that you know what you're doing. Yeah, it's optical noise. The optical noise says, look, I personally like the flat six and six clashing. Sure. You know, it's fine. We've listened to plenty of OSTs for plenty of famous games where we've had moments with flat sixes and sixes clashing that have pointed out plenty of times. So it's not that it's wrong, but it's like, yeah, try it. Yeah, try it. That's all I'm saying, is like try both ways. See which one you like best. Whichever one feels best, that's the option. You know. All right, y'all. This has been real. And I hope y'all have a fantastic, phenomenal rest of your days. I will see you next time. We're going to cut this thing off, and I'll see y'all. Take care. Bye.